think that's
Would that be a
love
challenge?
songs. Sad songs, I feel like, are some of the easiest songs to write. I mean, because mostly everybody's been in love.
Oh.
Heartbreaking, kind of like one and the same. Like it's still a love song. So I've gone through a lot of that, so I've got a lot to pull from. So I would say that's pretty easy.
She said, "Oh, then I may stay corrected then, because you said, look, there's been some heartbreak, there's been some stuff going on. I got plenty to write. You just pull from this." So, what genres do you think you would see yourself in?
Okay.
R&B, some neo soul. What do you think you could write?
So I like to call my music singer, songwriter, soul. And it's like regular singer, songwriter music, but my voice has soul in it. So I pull all different types of genres. So I'm pulling from jazz. I'm pulling from.
Is there anything better than a trip getting ready? Nope. For a long journey where our podcast released a new app and searching for a fade fiend, new fixation. Giving this a subscribe is the same sensation. Started with the day ones, they gave us fuel to support the season. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here for a reason. Notification bells, text your friends, all to let you know. Check your Bluetooth, connect, talk your wisdom out.
All right, welcome in, everyone. Episode 74, Saying Child, with our guest, Caleb Sasser. Caleb, how many times, I mean, that's the title of the episode. How many times somebody, when you're performing, someone got to yell out, Saying Child?
Well, I grew up in church, so that's a regular statement.
I mean, it's one of those, that's what Caleb's doing. Literally, that's what Caleb is doing right now. And there's no more motivation needed, but I feel like that's just one of those things we do, Caleb. When you're performing, is there a point, do you hear that? Can you say that there are times when you're performing, you hear stuff like that? Or how connected are you when you're performing?
Do I hear like the audience and like their feedback?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most of the time. It usually depends on the stage, like where I am. I mean, if it's a larger stage, then maybe not. I don't hear everything. But recently I've been doing like more intimate shows, so you definitely hear all the feedback and everything everybody is saying.
So that brings me, I bet a lot of times, and I know you got to do what you got to do in performance, but what is your preference? Do you prefer grand concert halls or smaller, more intimate settings?
I like both. I want to start doing more grand stages, arrange. Like my goal as an artist is to be a performer and recording artist and write for others and perform my own music. But I want to do like arenas and like big stages, and I want to do it all.
Okay, I told you this was going to be nice and easy. I lied. Here's the tough stuff. If you wrote a song and you gave me that song, okay, I'm gonna sing it however I want to sing it. Or do you say, I see the head tilt. For those, I hope everyone gets this on video, because Caleb don't know, but Caleb can't hide reactions. I didn't get the question out. So, Caleb, all right. I'm gonna sing it the way I'm gonna sing it, or not. It sounds like you need to give.
I feel like if I write a specific song for somebody, then I trust that they can sing it. Right. I feel like if I'm giving this song away, then I trust you, and I think that everything will be fine.
Wow. That when you give a person a song, do they need to know the backstory, or do you think a song the words should speak for themselves?
Okay, I get what you're saying. I think that as an artist, if I'm giving you a song, then you can take the liberty to make it fit it how it is to you. Because if you're singing it, you have to make the people believe it. So yes, I had my reasons why I wrote the song, but if you're singing the song, you have to explain why you're singing it.
I like what you said, because I didn't know, and I hope our listeners did not know that you were so multifaceted. But I'm still on the songwriting because it impresses me so much. What do you think is your muse? What gets you in the writing mood? Your heart can't take that much heartbreak if you're making a heartbreak song. But is it thoughts? Is it stories? Like what gets you in the writing mood?
A lot of the time it's life experiences and whatever I'm going through. So whether that's I'm in love or I'm in a relationship or something happened to me, like at work or something, or just literally what's going on in my life. That's where I pull from the most. But I have been like finding situations where I'll just try to give myself like a writing prompt just so I can see like what I can come up with. Yeah.
I always wonder about writers if it's something you can transport yourself to. So if someone says, hey, we would love to have a song about going to a faraway land and fall in love, and you would say, I ain't never been outside of West Dakota. Not a real place. So do you think that would be a challenge if I said, Caleb, I need a song about going to another country and fall in love? Boom.
No, I think
Would that be a
love
challenge?
songs, sad songs. I feel like are some of the easiest songs to write. I mean, because everybody, or mostly everybody's been in love,
Oh,
heartbreaking, kind of like one and the same. Like it's still a love song. So I've gone through a lot of that, so I've got a lot to pull from. So I would say that's pretty easy.
she said, oh, then I may stay corrected then, because you said, look, there's been some heartbreak, there's been some stuff going on. I got plenty to write. You just pull from this. So what genres do you think you would see yourself in?
Okay.
R&B, some neo soul. What do you think you could write?
So I like to call my music singer songwriter soul. And it's like regular singer-songwriter music, but my voice has soul in it. So I pull from all different types of genres. So I'm pulling from jazz, I'm pulling from R&B, I'm pulling from some pop, I'm pulling from singer-songwriter as well. So it's like a big gumbo of all the things that I'm interested in that come and make my sound.
Caleb, I went on a rant. I do a radio show. I went on a rant the other day about Parliament Funkadelic and how I felt that the racial divide in the 70s was unfair to them because they were pigeonholed into one lane. I think that they should have been allowed more of a rock and roll vibe, a chance to chart on rock and roll. They were more psychedelic than Van Halen, which would be in that genre. So what about you? Do you want to be pigeonholed? Because you just told me, you just mentioned a bunch of different vibes there. Soul, we're talking jazz, we're talking R&B, even neo soul is different from soul. Do you feel like it would be very easy for someone to just say, "Oh, Caleb is this"?
Honestly, I feel like more people put me in like a R&B just because of how my voice sounds, but for me, I don't necessarily feel like that's what I am completely. There's lots of different aspects of it. So I don't necessarily like to say or like just put myself into a box because then I'm limited to just that box.
Thank you.
This album might be R&B, or the next one might be completely jazz, the next one might be gospel, or it all could be a mix of it all.
I like that variety. So here's something that Nicki Minaj just recently said. She ain't doing Starships no more. She was in Miami on stage. She said, I ain't doing Starships no more. And oh, by the way, Caleb, Starship has 455 million views on YouTube. And she said she ain't gonna do it, Lord have mercy. And then she said she didn't like Anaconda. I think Anaconda was 1 billion. Caleb, could you ever see yourself getting to the point where you said, I would no longer want to do something that I did when I first started, that got me on this start? And I'm saying that because I'm asking you to think about us, the fans. Could you see yourself saying that or understanding where she's coming from?
I feel like I understand where she's coming from, but I feel like I don't have that experience to really talk about it, because I can imagine that if this is like one of your biggest songs, that you have done this song so many times in your career that you're probably tired of doing it. But also I feel like that for her fan base that it's probably not that much of a big deal, because she also has so much other amazing content that if she doesn't do those 1 or 2 songs, then they're like, okay.
No, Caleb, that goes right into the next question that I had here was, Caleb, I love country music. This isn't a shock to them. Could you see yourself doing a duet or a country song with another performer? Do you think that you have that range and something you'd be interested in?
I am from North Carolina, so yes. I grew up with some country music, so like I love the style of how they tell stories, and I have a little bit of a country accent whenever I don't necessarily hear it, but I always hear that I have a country accent. I definitely could hear myself doing some country or some other genres as well.
I like it. So I agree with you that I understand what she was saying, but I feel like if you have something that went pop, when there's times we know Nicki at times wants to be that hardcore rapper, that rapper with the edge, but I think you should celebrate the fact that you have that range, and I think that's kind of where she was. Is she realizes I did that then, and it goes in this path. But I don't want to be that bubbly pop. But I think if I was to talk to Nicki, I'd say, Nicki, no, embrace the fact that you showing you got range. You can sing, you can rap. I mean, I think she's pretty talented. And so I don't think she should deny it. So Caleb, if I did ask you one other thing, what if there was a rock group that came to you and said, I could see us on stage. Would you turn that down?
I wouldn't necessarily turn it down. I'm always open to something different. So I would just honestly need to hear like what it is that we're doing, and see if I would be able to do that. I've never really done anything rock, so I mean, I'm open to it. I don't turn anything down unless it's just like not for me.
Tell me about the best jam session you've ever had. It could have been. It could have just been a pop up. I'll give you an example to lead in. Back in college, I won a lot of our talent shows, and one time I was backstage. I'm a rapper. I was backstage, and this country singer had his acoustic guitar, and he was just playing a beat, and I was like, "Yo, that's awesome!" And he kept playing, and I started freestyling. And then there was a couple good singers, and then they started kind of freestyling, just kind of getting in, and we had a jam session backstage that no one ever saw, and we all went out and performed individually. But it was at rappers, we call it a cipher, but it was just a freestyle, just a cipher. It was just amazing, Caleb. And so I was wondering if there's anything like that we don't have video proof of, that no one knows about.
Oh yeah, back in college, me and my friend, especially I used to have I still have this friend, she's a great songwriter. We used to get together and really just like mash up and put a bunch of songs together to see different styles and how they can fit in different genres and just like literally just jam out like you were saying. So yeah.
So what would you say is your favorite live music behind you, a DJ, a track? What do you see as your favorite?
Absolutely. There's something about live that makes it even more emotional and more vulnerable. So I mean, I perform with tracks and stuff all the time, but it's not the same for when you're performing with a live band and you really like collaborate with the pianists and the drummers and like feed off of each other.
Okay, Caleb. This is coming from a rapper. I know why you said that, because y'all singers, what y'all singers be doing, Caleb? Y'all want to hold, depending on the moment, y'all want to hold stuff a little too long, and then the track is stuck. It limits you. And live band, you can adjust. Am I right, Caleb? Am I right?
Right. Like you can take moments to breathe, or you can take moments to hold notes, but you can't do that with the track.
Okay, Caleb, have you ever forgotten the words of a song and then either ad-libbed or bridged something else in there?
I would say, if I forget some words, I'm just gonna scat. So I like it. I've done that quite a bit.
So wow,
I either do it or make up my own.
You dropped so many genres. You said jazz. Now we got scat. I mean, ultimately, you're an entertainer. This goes along the lines of what I was kind of saying there. I think it's a crime to try to pigeonhole you into one thing. Do you think that's going to be hard for you as your career progresses, is to allow people to still get to see you? Do you think you're going to have to purposefully allow yourself to reach out like I did that day, go find you a country singer just so people can see that you've got different lanes? Do you think that'll be a challenge?
I don't necessarily feel like it would be a challenge, because for me, I feel like if it's something that I want to do, I'm going to do it. And if it's for me, then it's always going to be for me, and it's not going to just like not find me. If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it totally does. All right. What was the best venue you've ever performed at? Your favorite venue you've ever performed at?
Like as myself or like with a group?
You know what? Both. If it was with the group, I'll take that, or if it was by yourself. So I'll take the both. Like you were just caught up and you're like, hey, this here right now, this is awesome.
Okay. One of my favorite ones, I had the opportunity to be in Kanye West's Sunday service. So we got to perform at the Los Angeles Coliseum with Drake for the Free Larry Hoover concert. And that was my first time even being in the Coliseum or like doing anything like that. But just being able to see like them building the stage and like the rehearsals and like actually watching the concert and being a part of it was amazing.
Okay. Now I got to know, where is your bucket list location? I'm thinking Paris. I'm thinking something in Paris. Maybe since the Olympics are coming up, but where?
Like location, like in a different place, or like the stage?
I'll take the location.
I don't know that I've really thought of singing in other places. Yeah, I definitely want to do it. I just haven't really thought that far out yet. Right now, what's next for me is I want to definitely do more stuff like the Grammys and do more stuff to get my name out more in front of the music industry.
Yes. If you had 3 opportunities here, you get to pick. Okay, location or venue, since I did say city, an artist, or an event. What would you take? And I'm saying you get whatever you want. You get, let's just say the magic genie is going to give you these 3 wishes. What is it going to be? Is there an artist that you're like, you know what? If I perform with this artist, that's it. Or if I can get Madison Square Garden, always wanted that. Or just as I said, you can't get more worldly than performing at the Olympics. I know I mentioned the Olympics before. What would you say between of those 3?
Okay. The artist, definitely I would love to perform with Jasmine Sullivan. She's literally one of my favorite singers. The venue, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna just steal Madison Square Garden because you said it.
It's the Mecca.
And what was the last one?
It was going to be the event. So
the event.
You mentioned the Grammys earlier. You know,
I would love to do the Grammys. Like it's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Can you see me? Because my screen is like frozen.
Yeah. I can see you. It had a little bit of a lag, but I can see you though. I can give you a quick.
I need to do the fix.
No. Let me see if
fix it.
If I make it smaller, I'll see if that allows it to go a little bit faster for you or better. I don't know. How's that working for you now?
Okay.
Is it okay? Don't worry. I'll come back and I'll take some of that out. So
I don't even see myself at the moment.
Let's see here. Maybe.
It's just frozen for me, but I still hear you and stuff. So.
Okay. Well then, yeah. If you could still stare at the screen, I still see you. I see you moving. So I guess it's just on your side. Okay. Sorry about that.
All right.
Okay. So I'll just put a note so I can go back and I'll chop that. So Caleb, I am dying to know here, growing up, what got you to the point where you said it's got to be singing? If you got an amazing jump shot, if you should have been in the NBA, we need to know that now. But was it a flip of a coin and you went singing?
No, so my very first time singing was in church. So my mom put me and my sister in the choir probably about 4 or 5 years old, and from that moment that's when I really started singing. And then I had my first solo about ages 5 or 6, and it was "Oh How I Love Jesus," and I remember it like it was yesterday. And I just really loved how the congregation reacted and how they reacted to what I was singing and the words that I was saying. And it just felt good. And I knew from that moment that I wanted to continue to sing and be on stages. But I didn't know how to. I mean, I figured it out.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk a little bit about growing up. You already mentioned North Carolina. Let's take, if you got your shirt, spin it around your head like a helicopter. For those who know that, I hopefully get that reference. But where are you from in North Carolina?
I'm from Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Oh, I know it well. Okay, for those listeners, why would we go visit Goldsboro? What are y'all known for? Caleb, for those of us who have never been to Goldsboro, I used to live in Fayetteville. I've been in North Carolina. My mom's from Wilmington. I know it very well. But for those who don't, why would I go visit Goldsboro? Tell us a little something.
Probably for the barbecue.
Oh, now, I know that you guys, North Carolina, y'all take that barbecue very serious. On a barbecue sandwich, what's the first thing, if you're from North Carolina, you got to put on that barbecue sandwich?
So that's going to be barbecue and coleslaw.
Yeah, there it is.
And what's crazy is that's probably the least North Carolinian part about me is I don't really enjoy barbecue that much.
Oh, Caleb, you were meant for the world. You are bigger than North Carolina. We cannot hold you in North Carolina. You got to get it.
I used to live in Fayetteville as well.
Oh, wow. Hey, I loved it. It was a good time. I didn't run into J. Cole during that time, but no, they treated me nice. And for those, I'm a motorcycle rider, so I went out to Western Carolina. You've heard of the Tail of the Dragon?
No.
It is the highway with the most turns in all of America. It's a slalom. It is, for a motorcycle rider, it's the Mecca. People drive from all over America to North Carolina, Western Carolina, to go do the Tail of the Dragon. Well worth it. Hey, maybe that's got to go on your bucket list.
Maybe. My mom is always talking about getting a motorcycle.
Oh, there it is. We'll get you a sidecar. Yeah. No barbecue before you do that. I'm telling you, Caleb, it's a lot of turns. It's a lot of turns. So, okay. If you had an opportunity, this is senior year, you just went to through the lunch line. If you brown bagged it, I understand. The little old lunch ladies we always make her in the hairnet went slop. Put that food up there because it's school food. It's not that good. You got your tray. You're walking out. It's senior year. What table are you sitting at, Caleb?
I was probably sitting by myself, I think.
Oh.
I was like, I'm pretty introverted, so like I wasn't like popular in high school, so it was really just me and myself, and then my sister whenever she got in high school. But yeah, probably somewhere by myself, or like I didn't go to lunch.
Caleb, you are introverted. You're like one of the supreme talents of our era, singing, and you're introverted. So what happens when you're on stage? How does this?
When I come on stage, it's different because it's like I love to do that. So it's like I'm not nervous about doing any of that, and I feel like I'm more nervous about talking to people than singing. Singing is like breathing to me. So anything involving singing, I'm not nervous. I wouldn't say I'm not nervous, but I feel at ease about it.
Now, this is 74 episodes. I also have a radio talk show that I do here for sports and just regular talk here in Austin, Texas. You don't seem introverted right now. Like this is great. Like we're 26 minutes in and I'm digging it. Is this hard for you? Because clearly I would love to be an introvert. It's a cooler vibe to have, but I'm clearly an extrovert. Is this a challenge for you?
I wouldn't say it's a challenge, but it's definitely like something that I'm trying to work on, especially like speaking and like being more outgoing.
Understood.
Because I'm really laid back and I love to be at home. I love to just chill and like me and my girlfriend. Like I could stay at home like forever and be perfectly okay.
Wait. If you stay at home, what you gonna do? You a Netflix and chill? Like you stream stuff? You board games?
Netflix and chill. I play video games. I've been playing Hogwarts and Mario Wonder lately. since Christmas, and I'll be in the TV, or I love to cook as well. I used to want to be a chef, so I make most of our meals and stuff.
Hold on. What's your signature dish? If I tell you one dish you got to do tonight, we got a bunch of huge record company execs and some Grammy representatives, and they just want to talk to you about getting you on the Grammys, but they want you to cook because they saw this podcast. What you gonna make them?
I mean, we definitely got to have some mac and cheese there.
Yep.
Love some chicken tenders. I don't know. I'm gonna just go old school and do some yams. Sounds like Thanksgiving at this point.
Caleb. Okay, that was a fictitious scenario, everyone. But if that happens, Caleb, can a brother get an invite? Oh, man, you threw some stuff. I wasn't ready for that. You said some yams, but the mac and cheese was working. So, what are we doing with that mac and cheese there? Like, what's your style? Liquidy, cheesy, and then we gotta have do we have to have a baked top? What does your mac and cheese look like?
It depends on the day. I mean, I'm like, if I'm doing like a special, like say we're doing Thanksgiving, then it's definitely going in the oven. But like my mom gives me like her secret recipe. I don't even know that I can share that with you right now.
Oh.
It's definitely like made with the roux and stuff, and then you like fix it on stove and then throw it in the oven. But it's not gonna be loose, I'll say. But it's also gonna be thick.
And that is my style.
It's somewhere in the middle.
Okay, all right. That's my style. All right, so Caleb, you had high school, and what did you do after high school once you got out?
So after high school, I went straight to college because my mom was like, "You're either going to military school or you're going to college."
What college you go to?
Like the military or school, and I was like, "I'll go to school."
Where'd you go? I
went to University of North Carolina at Pembroke.
Hey, know it well.
Close to Fayetteville. We used to go there quite a bit.
Yep. Let's just say I was single when I lived in Fayetteville, so where they at, Caleb? I knew where they were. Because I had a full-time job, and I had a Hayabusa motorcycle. It's the fastest one made.
Yeah.
So, if I can impress the listeners are judging me now, but yeah, if I can impress a college girl with the motorcycle, here to do that. So Caleb, what did you want to major in? Like, what was your pursuit?
So I didn't want to go to school at all because like I literally just was given an ultimatum. But I was like, they don't have a get famous degree, so like, what am I going to do? But I talked to a couple of people, and they were like really steering me in the direction of audio engineering. So what I did is I went to school for music business, and I learned all of the background stuff about the industry and how to do my own contracts, and like just making sure, basically, like now that where I am, I can read these contracts and know that I'm not being screwed over.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I always wonder about that. We're having everyone come out now. Well, everything is falling on Diddy's head right now, but not long ago he finally gave the rights back to artists, and I always wonder. Of course, we got to do what we got to do to get that fame, but I feel like, man, there's got to be an old head that you could be in contact with, and just you can talk to that label mate and say, hey, you already have somebody on contract. Let me hang out with them for a little while, make something up, and then like get hit to the game. But you actually got that book sense of it.
Yes.
So that's great for you.
Thank you.
Great. So, Caleb, what would you say about college? I mean, as you can see, I joined a historically Black fraternity. We just celebrated 113 years yesterday. I'm a Kappa. Thank you. What did any of that college life kind of grab your attention aside from that?
Absolutely no.
Really?
I was like so much in the music department. Like I was in there mostly the whole entire time. So like people would always be like, where's Caleb in the music department? Like it was just always so much work, or either just like really connecting and finding like my community. So college was an experience like nothing I'd ever done before. So I was able to find people like me who like loved music or were like finding their sound or wanting to do. So like that's honestly where I was in the music department a lot, just like being a music nerd.
Oh no, I like it. So Caleb, if you had the opportunity, now this is a scenario. If you had the opportunity, we're going to take you to another country, and then they want you to perform, but they don't know anything about you. What song do you think you need to do to give them a little piece of America and then a little piece of Caleb? Because you're going international. If I got to give you a country, if that helps you, because I feel like, man, you're the representative and we need you to do something. What would you do? What would your go-to be?
But it needs to represent America or me?
Either. We'll give you that latitude.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with me.
Okay. Good, because I was wondering. I was like, which song would he pick? These boots are made for walking, like Johnny Cash.
No, if they gotta represent America, I'm gonna do something like Strange Fruit or something. But
I was gonna go Elvis. I was gonna take you to Blue Suede Shoes or something.
For me, I would probably right now. I've been loving "How Deep Is Your Love," but the PJ Morton version. And I just love how him and Yeba like collab on that. And when I perform it, I do it similar to how they do it. So that's probably what I would do right now.
God, that's a good choice. I like that. Let's talk about a little bit about you and your views on life.
Okay.
If you had a chance to retire, this is the future, where would you retire at?
So I moved to Los Angeles about 2 years ago, and that's honestly been like my dream place. So right now, this is still where I want to be. I just feel like I would want to be somewhere in a nice house and on the hills, away from all of the clutter or the, I don't know. LA can be very like congested at times.
Yes, it can. I've lived there.
Away from that, but I would still love to be here in California.
No, I understand. You may have to get north of Malibu. You may have to start heading up to Ventura County to get away.
Maybe up there, Ashes or somewhere like that.
Yeah. You may have to. Understood. Is there any place that you have yet to visit in America that you'd like to go?
I want to go to New York and check that out. I've never been to New York. As well as what was it called? I've been to Houston, Texas, but I want to check out Austin.
Hey! We call ourselves the outdoor music capital.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that?
No.
So we have South by Southwest. We have ACL. We have some big music venues. The town supports it too, and I think that's what allows it to take on that. And we're growing. I mean, we're the 10th largest city in America. So
yeah, I know a lot of great singers from Texas. Y'all got some heavy hitters.
Yes. Well, hey, come on through. We'll leave the light on for you. And though, you come to Texas, you're gonna have to eat some barbecue though. Is that all right? Did I just
eat barbecue? It's just not my favorite thing.
That's all right. We do have some other things that we could put on you. Just maybe you just tell them, oh, barbecue, got it. I got it. But what else you got? That's Texas. just go ahead and redirect us.
The Texas barbecue is not the same as North Carolina, though. So.
No. It is different. If you come to Texas, you buying some cowboy boots, or do you already own a pair?
I guess I'd have to buy a pair because I don't.
We got to lace you up. We got to put that leather on them feet. Depending on
like walk around in cowboy boots.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you really in Texas? Yes, sir. We got them. And if you don't have it in your repertoire, you ain't from around these parts. You ain't from here, are you? No, you gotta have them. It's a good classic look. I'm a little bit of a dress down today. Again, told you just celebrating my fraternity. But I'm gonna tell you, when I wear my boots, it's just something about that click clack as I walk down the halls, and I almost always get a comment. So again, we're growing because people are coming from other places like California. And so for them, it's new. And the best thing I think about it is they're learning and they see that tradition. And they're like, you know what? I am in Texas. I should get a pair. And so I think that's another reason why it still holds on. And so many people do have them. And they pull it out.
I might have to get me a pair.
Now, I asked you about America. Here's what I got. Because I love how you get down, I'm gonna bless you with an all expense paid trip. This is hypothetical, Caleb. Please don't hold me to this. But
I'm gonna write this part down.
Hey, I'm going through a tunnel. I'm losing signal right now. I can't hear you right now, Caleb. That's my go-to. That's how I get out of stuff. But so, Caleb, where would you go? I'm gonna give you a 2-week vacation to go anywhere in the world. You could stay in America. Where are you gonna go?
I'm going to Hawaii. Like that's one place that I've never been, and I've always wanted to go to Hawaii and just like really experience like the island life.
Yeah. Are you a water creature? I mean, you are from an ocean bordering state.
No, I love the pool. I love the jacuzzi. I love those. I don't like the things that have life in there. I'm gonna stay away from there.
Thank you.
Ocean is a little scary, low key.
Very. And then forget the stuff that, like you said, is alive. The ocean itself be trying to get you. This thing called the undertow.
Oh, like the water.
Yeah. So it comes in, and then when it recedes, it's pulling stuff out. Man, hold on.
And they say we've only like experienced 5% of the ocean. That's absolutely insane to me. But
you don't even know what's in there.
Right.
And 75% of this earth, we can't even find Bigfoot on land, and we all on land. So we don't know what's in emotions.
Right.
All right. Do you believe in a zodiac? Do you follow like your zodiac sign? You read your horoscope daily?
I don't believe in it. I do know like what my zodiac sign is, like because of like my birth and stuff. So I'm an Aries, but I don't necessarily read the horoscopes and believe into it because I'm a godly person. So I believe more so like the Christian life. So I see it, but I don't really pay attention to it.
Okay. And then favorite colors. Before you say it, I'm gonna guess. I think you're an artist like Prince. I think you're a purple passion. I think that's your go-to. But what's your favorite color?
I would say I really love blue and orange. Those are two of my favorite.
Hey, so you got along great.
I always see a post. It's like purple people, like they're purple people because they really show the purple like all the time.
That is true. You're right. They be trying hard. I got a cousin like that, Caleb. Cousin like that. She need a reason to pull out some purple. So then you got along good when you was in Fayetteville with them Broncos over there at Fayetteville State.
Well, I wasn't too near there, but I know about them. My sister actually went to Fayetteville State.
Oh, so she a Bronco.
Oh,
all
yeah.
Right. I always ask people this question: what you listening to right now? Especially being an artist, you hop in the car right now. You got to take an hour drive to go do whatever. Well, you in LA, so you could just be trying to go down to your grocery store stuck in traffic.
Right.
But what you listening to? What is it, a station? You got satellite, or is it an artist?
So I can give you like 3 albums that I have in rotation right now. So I have Yebba Dawn. I love Yebba so much. She's like one of my favorite artists. The album is called Dawn. That's been in rotation. Brandy's latest Christmas album, I think it's called a gift or a Christmas gift. I think that's been in rotation. And what was the last one? Maybe I'll say Tori Kelly's latest album.
All right. Hey, we learned something there. All right. You are going to perform and have front row seats at any sporting event here in America. Where are you gonna go? So we're gonna get you through the national anthem, and you're gonna get front row seats, like the best seats in the house. And I don't mean don't want to put you down there, Caleb. If you want the sweet, you do the sweet. But this allows us to find out what is your favorite sport. But what sporting event would you want that to be?
I actually am not that into sports. But I would say that I would take my mom to a Dallas Cowboys game. She was like one of their biggest fans. So that's probably what I would do. I'm not too into sports. I mean, I played football for like middle school and maybe a little bit of elementary, and then music kind of took over.
Yeah. Dang. You wait, what positions did they have you at in
I was
football?
the center.
All right, okay. Could you long snap too?
I don't even know what that means, to be honest.
Like if that kicker is all the way back and they got to get it to the kicker.
Oh, I like to think I can, but probably not. I don't
know. That's all right. Hey, you came over. You made a great decision. All right. If money is no object, what kind of car are you getting?
I want this newest. I love a Mustang. Like that was one of my first cars. It was just a regular 2000 Mustang. I want this newest Mustang. I don't know what it's called, but it looks like a Jeep, but it's a Mustang.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. I had a 2001 Mustang. That was the 35th year edition anniversary. It was silver. What color was your Mustang?
Silver. I had a silver one. I had a 2005. It was a blue one. But my first one was the silver. It was 2000.
I've had two. The one I had in college was an 89. It was the Fox body.
Okay.
But yeah, I had that one. Loved it. Yeah. So I've had
Mine was
so
a stick stuff.
The silver. Yeah. The 2001 was manual. The 89 was not.
Okay. Do you enjoy driving manual?
I do.
I feel like it's more fun, but I definitely don't want to do that in California. There's too many.
No, I did live out in California, and I did have one manual while I was out there. It was a Honda Civic. It was just a beater to get back and forth.
Yeah,
and it was. I can't say I complained too much, but yeah, I gotta know if I was to ask people in your circle, some of your friends and or family, what would they say to describe you?
I feel like my friends. I have one friend who says I'm a silent sniper. So like I'm really quiet, but they're always just like I say things under my breath that most people wouldn't hear that are funny. But I like to think that I'm respectful and I'm nice and I'm kind. But I do know that I can't hide my facial expression. that is a thing.
Yeah, we learned that the first minute. Those who are only listening, come on, y'all gotta come back, check us out on YouTube. Caleb said it. Y'all gotta see it. So I would like to know then, we talked about your favorite car. What would you say would be the preeminent destination to live in? Would you be a big house mansion person? You could see yourself in something small, condominium, little condo. What would you say is your preference?
I personally want the big house, the big mansion more than I need. But yeah, that's always been like a dream, and I've always said I'm gonna buy my mama her house first whenever I get that big check to do so. But
yes, yeah. Then because that was one of the things I was gonna ask. What would you do? You hit the big money. First thing you're gonna do, it sounds like
I gotta take care of mom and dad, and then whatever after they're good, then I'm definitely gonna get what I need. So some houses, some cars, and then put it into my music.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because you may have to pay some features. You may have to pay some people. They're like, oh, you want to work together, Caleb? That's great. I saw your little podcast with Donda, but I ain't doing it for free. So yeah, thank you. That you know what? That's very intelligent, because scared money don't make no money. And so if you were to invest in yourself and give yourself those opportunities for those features, well done.
You have to invest in yourself, because if you're not investing in you, then why should other people?
Yes, I agree. Caleb, if you had one thing in your life that you could take back, what would it be?
These bills, but Besides these bills, I mean, I like to live life by the everything happens for a reason type of rule. So I don't have necessarily any regrets. I know that everything that's happened has gotten me to where I am, and it wouldn't be the same if it was changed.
Okay, Caleb, Usher just left Vegas. We're gonna do a 2-year residency. We're gonna bring you to Vegas. Are you styling yourself, or are you getting a stylist?
Oh, absolutely not. I need a stylist. My fashion sense is okay. I definitely need a stylist for when I'm doing like these shoots or like music videos and stuff. I definitely bring somebody in because I need some help.
Okay. Now, you said that you were an introvert and you're living in Los Angeles. And I mean, fine. You say an introvert. This is flowing great. I really like, I'm loving this time with you. I can't believe it's already been as long as it's been. And I'm going to be respectful of your time while your energy is up. Because I know introverts, if I drain you too much, we're not going to be able to keep people on. They'll be falling asleep. You know, Caleb is fading. He is not. But I want to know if a TV appearance or a movie appearance was offered to you, is that something you'd want to do?
I definitely would want to do something like that. That was one of my dreams as a kid, and I had lots of dreams as a kid to like do theater and like do movies and stuff. Me and my sister actually auditioned for Disney Channel, but we didn't make it, obviously. But I've never done anything acting wise or even taking classes, so I wouldn't even know where to start. But I'm definitely open to it.
Caleb, how you an introvert, but you was dreaming the extrovert life?
Right. It don't make sense at all.
Hey, no, ain't nothing wrong. I did a movie when I was out there, and I'm so Hollywood. I actually even did a pilot for a game show. So
oh wow! You say you're in Hollywood?
We actually filmed that back on the East Coast just because of the opportunities and the cost. The producer said because he always went to the Savannah Music Festival, and so he had a lot of contacts there. And he said he had a studio lined up in Los Angeles, and it got taken from him by a bigger network that was able to say, "Oh, we know you got a booking, but these are our days. Oh, yeah, you might want to get your boy that money back, and we'll double or triple because we want this venue." And so he got bumped.
Wow.
And while he was complaining to a friend, that friend said, "Okay, well, why don't you come here to Savannah? I got a beautiful theater here, and you guys could do the game show there." And we did, and it was amazing. It was so much fun.
See, everything happens for a reason.
Yes, Caleb. When I lived in Los Angeles, everything I auditioned for, I got. Here's the key, Caleb. I was living out there. I was living out there, and I've only shared this intimately. I've never said this on the pod before. But I like you, Caleb, and I want you to I want you to get this. I had a job. I already was doing a job. I was making 6 figures, not trying to impress you, but just saying like I was living comfortably. But you know, you live in LA, 6 figures, shoot, that don't mean nothing out there. Right. but I was living comfortable. When I walked into a lot of the auditions, I noticed everyone had their head down and they're cramming lines. Like you could just feel the stress and angst. I'm an East Coast Southern boy, and I'm coming in. I'm like, "Hey, what's up? You know, how y'all doing?" And just, trying to talk.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that because they cramming. When I went in, I was so comfortable at ease because I had a job. I'm not waiting tables. I didn't move out here from Minnesota and I gotta wait tables to survive. I had a job. So for me, if it ain't good, it ain't good. I'm going on to the next audition, but I got a job. And I think that's what it was. I was comfortable because that allowed me not to worry about, am I doing this the way they want it? I'm doing this the way I see it. And I'm gonna be myself in it and hope that they like it. And I think that was it. I felt like I was always just more comfortable and relaxed. And then now when I look back on it and how successful I was for everything, I think that was the key. So just wanted to offer that to you.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, because like people in LA is different than the East.
Yes.
Like, it's not as like relaxed as the East is to me, but
what I would tell, since you're not from there, I'll tell you this. You know, Caleb, there's no one in the world better at being Caleb Sasser than you.
Right.
So be you. That's the difference. That's the difference. Go in there and be you in that role. That's different. But if everyone's trying to go in there and be the same, someone else might be better at being that variety. But if you do you with your own spin.
Yeah. And that's the same thing with like artistry. Like only you can do you like the best. So like, yes, like that's what, when people are like, why are you singing a cover? Like if somebody's already done that song, sure they did it their way, but like nobody can do it the way that you're going to do it. And that's how, like, I've gotten mixed feedback from my audition for Voice, like the Toni Braxton cover, because I get it, because like some people are like huge Toni Braxton fans. They're like, how dare you do that to her song? But then other people are like, how dare you do that to that song?
So Caleb, I'm going to ask the question, but I want to address those people that are complaining. There's a reason Caleb went viral. And it's because he sang, child, and he did. Caleb, you did the thing. But just recently, Anita Baker came out and she said that Janelle Monáe was amazing, talented. And, you know, when you get someone like that blesses off on you, it's, you know, what else can you say? Mic drop.
Yeah.
So for you and you doing that song, especially when you hear the complainers like that, what allows you, I mean, we already know that I just, spoiler alert, everyone, he went viral because of that, but like, what makes you feel comfortable with your rendition as an artist so you don't second guess yourself? Sort of like I said with those auditions, how do you know, oh, this is it? How do you get
I like that question. So like, I'm really picky about like how I sing stuff and like how things sound. Like I'm almost a perfectionist, if that's, I wouldn't call myself a perfectionist, but I like things to be near perfect. Like for me, whenever I'm creating something like an arrangement, so for example, Another Sad Love Song, whenever I was creating that, I was really just sitting at the piano and just singing a song, because at the time I was just recording it as a cover for Instagram. So I love ballads, so like I was literally just playing the chords and singing it slow, and then after a while that it shot, like different ideas start to come at you. So I really just like take those liberties, and like if something sounds good here, I'm gonna keep that. Or like, for example, that same exact song, I had a whole lot more going on in there, but for The Voice, I kind of simplified it a little bit, just so that it's not like way.
This is for our listeners, your fans. Caleb, some of us have been through it. Now we look at you and we think you're a success, and I know you're still grinding. In fact, we talked about that. There's still goals that you want to achieve. But Caleb, you seem like a nice person. Can you talk to the little people for a second? Can I ask you a question for the little people?
Okay, yes.
Caleb, we all ain't you, and I ain't hating. That's why I'm here. I'm a fan, so I appreciate you being on this pod. Caleb, you didn't achieve. I mean, you got knocked down and got pushed back before you got to this point, and you're still climbing. What say you to us about never giving up? Because we didn't get our break yet.
Yeah.
So what kept you going?
What kept me going was my passion for music. So I started this journey of auditions in probably about 2010, when I was about a sophomore, in 2010, 2011, when I was sophomore in high school. So I started auditioning for American Idol, The X Factor, The Voice, Sunday's Best, like literally anything that I could do. And every time, like, my dad was driving me and we were going to like Raleigh or South Carolina, we even went to Tennessee, like driving. So like these were like 5, 12, like 10-hour drives at a time. But each time they would tell me no, and I would be really discouraged, because I felt like at the time, like I was ready, like I'm ready, put me in. Like I feel like nobody sounds like this, but I still needed work. So you just have to take that no as a not yet, and keep working, because you only need one yes for the doors to open. So you just really got to keep pushing. If it's something that you want, you got to make sure that you keep your eye on it and you stay persistent.
So what would you say is a goal that you have yet to achieve, that you are pushing for now? Like this, sometimes you stay up late at night because you know, man, this has got to be me. What is that now?
One of my goals is to, as an artist, to create timeless music. So I want music that's going to be around for forever, that you can play at any type of time, and it takes you to a place, takes you on a journey, and makes you feel something. That's really what I like to listen to. And it's, if you can like listen to something and it takes away your problems for a moment, or it makes you happy, or it makes you cry, like that's the goal, to really get you to feel or be inspired.
I only have a few items left here. Questions. Man, this time.
No, you're good. I'm having a good time.
Oh, great. Okay, you're feeling bad. It's okay. It's okay, Caleb. You can let us in. We know you're a celebrity, and it's okay. But you're having a bad day. Put yourself in a bad mood. He just said he's having a good time. Now I'm bringing him down. What are you gonna listen to bring you up? What artist and/or song is gonna bring you up?
I don't know that I would necessarily listen to something to bring me up, because I love sad music.
Oh.
That playlist in my phone right now. Like I love sad music, is some of my favorite music, like because it's so vulnerable, it's so emotional. But yeah, I love some sad music.
You know what? So what you're saying is, if while you're going through it, maybe by listening to that, you realize, you know what, everybody goes through it. Is that kind of also
That's
the part?
kind of right. And then usually if I'm going through something, I'll write. And then writing and like singing and creating that helps me express and like get through the bad day, and it makes it better. Because like for me, like a song is like a baby. So like once it's like created, it's kind of like you want to protect it and take care of it. So each song that I create is very special to me.
Caleb, I'm gonna take a liberty here. I'm your boy. I'm your buddy. You and me, we hanging out. We be out eating at spots in Santa Monica. We're friends, right? You do know though, we tight, but I ain't never inviting you to karaoke. You call me up one day and you're like, hey, Donato, what's poppin'? What you doing? Nothing. I'm literally at a karaoke spot. Caleb, does anybody invite you to karaoke? And
I have not been invited to any karaoke.
You know why? I think you understand.
I'm also, it's probably because I'm in the house.
I mean, I don't think we should invite you. Like, this is one of those things. We'll start another text group and keep you out of it. Hey, everybody, let's meet up. But tell them you're doing something.
You think I'm gonna overshine y'all or something? No.
I feel like, or maybe we pick the songs, something that we think is just so hard, something operatic or something. Maybe we think you can't handle it. We ain't inviting you.
I played a little bit of classical in college.
I was gonna say, that's why I said
my girlfriend is a classical singer. She sings opera.
That's why at the end there, after I said it, I was like, why would I challenge you? I just thought earlier, I was imploring everyone to understand that you shouldn't be pigeonholed. You ain't getting that invite. Matter of fact, everybody cut your phones off. We're not answering while we here. All right, so.
You want to see me struggle? Invite me to do some sports.
Man, we got to take our show on the road. I was about to come back to something, rather athletic. We're going roller skating. Are you coming?
I am going. I cannot skate backwards, but I feel like I do pretty good with not falling. So
hey, you can go through forward. Now, while you skating, you got a little bop to you. We know you're a singer.
I mean, I got about a church rock, and that's about it.
That's good enough. All right, so one other little thing. We're gonna go bowling. Remember, I'm still your boy, and I just want the listeners to know what it's like to hang out with you. I'm going bowling. Do I invite you, or?
I mean, you should. I mean, you should invite me to everything, but
look at the
I'm a pretty good bowler. Me and my girlfriend have bowled a couple of times, and I think we go head and head. But my granddad used to be a professional bowler.
Whoa!
I like to think I'm pretty good.
Uh-oh. This is a setup. Hey, real friends of Caleb, when Caleb sends you this, y'all know now, don't invite him to bowling. It's a setup. Caleb, I think you're going to throw the first game and then be like, hey, you know what? We might as well just play for money for this next game.
Get a little change.
So what type of bowler? Are you straight on? You got that spin?
More so like the straight on, and then it has a little curve to it. But I don't know. I haven't played since college. That's been about 4 years now.
No, you already told us about grandpa. This all sounds like part of your setup.
That was his life. That wasn't mine.
Okay, all right. It could be. It's in the genes. It's genetic. That hand-eye coordination. You know, Steph Curry's father played in the NBA.
True.
So some of the stuff you can inherit that. And both of the sons made it to NBA. Hey, Caleb. One of the other little things I wanted to kind of ask you about is, where are you now with certain genres of music? So we talked about doing different things, but let's say Bad Bunny would be interested in possibly doing something with you. Would you be open to being on a track where you got a part and you know what the subject is, but maybe you don't even understand anything else that they saying? And I apologize if you can speak Spanish, but I'm just saying, would you see yourself doing that too?
I actually sing at a bilingual church every Sunday. But honestly, for me, it just depends on the song and the group of people, because I don't want to connect myself with something that's not right. So if it feels right and I'm comfortable with what the song is and I like it, then I'm definitely down for it. But I wouldn't just do it just because of a name. Okay,
because there's a Korean church there in LA and they need somebody. So if they call you up, it sounds like you're open.
Now, I have not done any Korean speaking in my life, so that one I might need a little bit of practice doing. But I'm definitely open to it. I feel like singing in different languages is something that a singer can do and manipulate, because you're just manipulating sounds and different like phrases and stuff. So like, yes, I sing Spanish on Sundays, but most of the time I don't know what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand it right now, but I mean, I'm getting a lot better at it.
I was kind of curious here when we're talking about you and other opportunities. I lived in Korea for a year. Very nice people, and they were so nice. That's kind of why I want to live there. There's this thing in Korea. Everyone wants to be in a K-pop video. Like that's a thing. What do you think about K-pop? You know, you got BTS. You know, what are your thoughts on the genre, the moving and grooving? Because if they put you in, you're gonna have to do some dances. You're gonna have to learn a couple moves every now and then.
Somebody gonna have to teach me.
Okay.
My mom and I are always just like, you don't want to see us dance at all. I actually enjoy the K-pop genre, and BTS, like one of my favorite of their song, Butter, I think it's called. Butter, and it's groovy, and it's a vibe, and it's a moment. So I enjoy it.
Yeah, when I first I was in the Army, and that's what took me over there. So I was at the airport waiting for my ride, and I was just kind of sitting there, and the video was on. And after I was sitting there for a while, I was like, all right. And then they take it serious. Like their dance routines are legit. I'll put them up against any dance groups here in America.
It's serious.
Yeah, they're great. Okay. I want to know. I believe in 6 degrees of separation. So, Caleb, who is the most interesting person that you know, and what would you do to help me get them on the podcast? I can give you a little time. This normally makes people squirm. It doesn't. They don't have to be the richest person you know, unless that makes them interesting to you. They don't have to be the most famous person you know, unless that is interesting to you. Maybe it's someone you just met. Maybe it is your grandpa, because he was a professional in those days out on the road. I've done enough filibustering. Now I'm coming back to you. You had enough time to squirm. What say you?
Well, if it was grandpa, that'd be a little scary because he's been away from us for a while. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I know anybody that's like super famous. I mean, I've got like some.
They don't have to be famous. Just interesting. You find them interesting. Yes.
My girlfriend is definitely interesting.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I mean, she's one of my favorites to listen to. Like her sound of opera, and then she does different genres as well. But yeah, I mean, she's one of my favorites to listen to. That's what I can think of right now.
No, that's fine. I've had some people. I had an award-winning author, sells hundreds of thousands of books, and he said his mom. And I've gotten a gentleman, that episode, everyone's favorite uncle. You'd have to listen to it. He's an amazing guy. He said his grandpa, who was the patriarch of his family. I've had people that offered their moms. I had another gentleman who did say his wife. So okay, so then what would you do to help me? Would you put in a good word and say, hey, this could be a good opportunity for you to talk with Donato? He's very interesting.
Yeah, I could do that, and I think that I think she would enjoy it, and I think you'd enjoy having her as well, because especially once you hear her sing, because that's a different level right there.
Oh, I love good conversation. So how can everyone stay in contact and follow you, Caleb? We would like
everybody can stay in contact with me through Instagram or TikTok, and that's where you'll find all of my business information, and you can follow my music under my name, Caleb Sasser. And yeah. Okay,
Caleb, this was awesome. Caleb, Mr. I'm an Introvert, you just did an hour and 12 minutes.
Come on.
and your energy did not drop, Caleb. Man, you are awesome, Caleb. This was so much fun, and I'm not just saying that. You could listen to me on a radio show. You'll see some people. Some interviews are not fun. Oh my gosh! If those people just knew how I'm really feeling, I'm just like, yep, got it. But Caleb, this is awesome.
Watch this video, like.
Yeah, I know. Like, hey, I think I'm one of those people. Hey, I say it how it is. But Caleb, this was awesome. Thank you very much. Hey, our blessings and prayers for you and your career, and wherever you go from here. You are the real deal. Great personality, great person. I wish nothing but the best for you. So
thank you so much. Like I had a blast doing this and meeting you and like talking to you and just like really just having a conversation. So thank you for having me.
Thank you, and listeners, this is your opportunity. Catch him before he's too hot to handle. Thanks again, Caleb. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. You too.
See ya.